Yo, what's good, everybody? We live, we back. It's been a hot minute. I'm not gonna lie. I've been pretty active. I've been handling some things. I just dropped the whole album, so I've been marketing that. Yeah, I've been really working. I've been really working. March 28th, I got the big album release concert going down. I'm working on my return back to London, so there's a lot of stuff in the works. So I had to take a break from this. But welcome back. I'm not going to tell y'all what number episode this is because I realized I was recently uploading the episodes to YouTube, and I found a couple of episodes where I was saying one number, but I realized that I had skipped a number. So that I guess I missed one day that I was doing the interview or whatever, and the next day that I did an interview, I continued from the number that I thought that I left off at. So all those numbers, if y'all check out the YouTube, those are all, I think from like number 10 or something like that, the numbers are off. But it is what it is. Welcome to another episode. Today, I got my guest, J. Dale Castles. Shout out to Rach in the building. Rach, since you're new to this, I'll let you know this is a platform. Nah, it's not a cipher. This is basically it's a platform where I interview different artists, different creatives, and we basically share our story, like the stuff that we go through in the industry, on the come up. So like saying, you might have a certain experience that none of us have went through. Like say if I just wanted to do music today, what I'm saying, you could have easily told me about how recording in the studio works or how signing a contract works. So we just come on live with people that I'm really good with, and we just discuss things, that take place within the industry. Oh, my fault, Brody. My fault. Yeah, bro, just send me the details. I'm completely down. Word, man. Just send me the details. Let me know what day it is, what time it is, and I got you. But shout out to everybody for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Without further ado, I'm gonna welcome my guest, J. Dal. This guy is pretty dope, man. He does like graphic design. Man, he also does music as well. So this guy is like really, really super dope. Shout out to
Yo,
Jay Skills in the building. Yo, what up, my guy? How you
what up,
doing?
my guy? Can you hear me?
I see we both outside type shit.
Like, shit, niggas is outside.
Yeah. I'm normally inside when I do my interviews because outside be noisy, but it is what it is.
Nah, it's
Shout
a
out to Lexi
Friday
Butterfly
night.
on deck.
It's a Friday night. People need to be outside. You already know what it is. We got the team with us, but
Word. So
we're
how you
ready.
feeling today, man?
I'm good, man. I had a long week, but you know, working, man, working. Supposed to be inside the studio today, but everything got changed up. But you know how this shit go. Like sometimes some plans don't work out the way they're supposed to work out. But everything, I'm
I
here.
feel
I'm
that.
alive. Everything legit.
I feel that. Hey, I heard you got an album coming on the way. That's true.
Yeah. We working on right now. We mixing and mastering MP3 part 2 right now. So like we working on that so that we can get a date going.
All
Type shit.
right, cool. So before we really get into that, I kind of want to ask a question that I asked all my guests. Do you remember how we met?
Yeah, I remember how we met.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you to tell the story, but I usually ask people this because, like, for people that be watching, I want them to understand that when you network with somebody, it could be something just so simple. Like, it doesn't have to be, as complicated as we may think that it may be to network with somebody. So,
Yeah.
go ahead and share the story.
I remember we was off of No String. I think it was 88. It was I'm not sure if it was Arcade or one of them places like that. And I'm chilling. I'm about to get some jerk chicken, and son come up to me and hit me on the shoulder and it's like, yo, brah, yo, I like your style, brah, like some type shit. And I remember I never seen him before in my life, and I was like, okay, cool. Know what I mean? Like, you know how it is when someone's introducing themselves and you meet them out of nowhere. I was like a little
Right.
standoffish. But nah, son was super, super duper legit. And ever since we've met, son showed me like, MC Reef has showed me some super love ever since I've met him. Rocking the brand, making sure everything like coincides with who he is. When he talks about whatever he talks about, everything adds up. And that was important to me.
Nah,
That when
that's
people talk to me, everything starts to make sense. And you always checked all the boxes when it came into that. You know, type
a fact.
shit. Yeah,
Word, man.
Brooklyn off Nostrand.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, man, it definitely was a time. And I think that was around the time where I kind of like myself was like breaking out of my own shell, where like I started to tell myself that it wasn't as hard to like make friends or just even speak to anybody, even if we're not friends. You feel me? Like just speak to somebody. Like
Yeah,
so, yeah. I found it fun to just be able to like go out to shows and be able to like be like, yo, you know what? I fuck with your music, or yo, them sneakers you rocking is hard, or yo, damn girl, you rocking that outfit, and you never know, we become the best of friends after that. So
yeah.
it'd be it'd be really interesting. Networking is really interesting to me. I ain't gonna hold you.
The crazy shit about that shit is that we don't. I think a lot of times we don't realize that our group of people and our group of people, especially in the underground industry, self help group. So
Oh, he froze.
it really helps when someone comes up and comments you about your shoes. When someone comes and says, yo, bro, you fire, you killing it today. Like those things really help everything out in the momentum
Right,
of what we're doing. Because if not, it'd just be a steady crowd that don't want to talk to anybody. You know what I mean?
right. Now I get that 100%.
Type shit.
Um, so you're a man of many hats. Um, you do graphic design, you do animation, you make your own music. Is there anything else that I'm missing off that list?
Um, I do jumping jacks. I cook. I cook food. I love long walks on the beach. Nah, for real.
Nah, I feel
No
that.
Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy. Chill. I'm just saying. No Diddy.
Yo, we're
Nah.
not gonna do this, all right?
Yeah, my bad, my bad.
No, no, you
Get us,
good,
get us.
you good, you good, you good, you good. Um, but yeah, nah, man. So I've gotten to meet you, and I've got to see the stuff that you've done. I for one have been inspired because of the fact that your style is very different. Like like with a lot of artists, you can find like a similar style, but with you, it's like it's like you naturally stand out. You're not even trying to do it. Like that's just how you are. Like, and I think that's like so dope. I feel like a lot of people don't have that authentic ability to stand out.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, nah, yeah, man. Yeah. That's what it is. It's just a form of. It really is a form of art. Like if you start to break down what someone would want to draw, what someone would want to write, what someone would want to paint, and all that stuff like that, it all boils down to the reflection of that human. You know what I mean, of that person. So it's just like I appreciate that that you feel that it's natural. It's definitely a process of editing because I would be saying a lot more crazy shit. But yeah, I definitely love
So,
love this rap shit. Yeah.
so did you plan to be like a standout, or was it just again like? Cause me from the outside looking in, that's how it looks to me. But like, did you plan to just be like the normal standout?
No, to be honest, bro, I am so good with not being famous. I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be. I don't want to be followed. I don't want to be liked. I don't want to be enjoyed. I don't want to be none of that. I don't want to be signed. But I do want to make money, and I think that if you're good at something, you have to find out how to do it. But like for the most part, I'm just working the strings. You know what I mean? I don't. I really don't want to be famous. You know.
I feel
I
that.
start to see what being famous comes with. No Diddy. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of. Pardon my bad. But there's a lot.
Being famous
There's a
and Diddy in the same
nah.
sentence
No
don't end
Diddy.
well.
Nah, there's a lot of weird shit that comes with being famous that I'm not fucking with. You know what I mean? I really
I
enjoy
feel that.
family. I really enjoy love. I really enjoy peace. And you know what I mean? If you
Nah,
want to be
I agree
famous,
with that.
we can find a way to do this shit differently, and that's what I'm out for. The brand is mind, body, pockets. It's about thinking. It's about working on your body, and it's about working on your pockets. That's what it is. You
Hmm.
rocking the hat right now, my nigga. Yo, bro, appreciate you.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
type
I was
shit.
gonna get into that. I was gonna get
Yeah.
into that. So what inspired your style of art? Like the way you draw? I guess the themes that you pick. Like what inspired that?
So me and my cousin, shout out to Flatbush, shout out to my cousin Letho, shout out to my homie Brendan from Manhattan, Stuyvesant Town. we got together and we were trying to figure out how to make a business full of make a movement full of entrepreneurs without having to get crazy and having to get sturdy and having to get violent and do something crazy. So we were trying to find a name for it, and the name was the longest thing that we had because we already had the like basically elements of us like because we were always trying to make money. You know what I mean? So we were like going over names. We were like mind, like because we always thought about the thought process. We were like thought something something. We always wanted to have the mind included in the shit. So then we were like mind something, mind this. They were like mind body soldiers, mind body, and then someone was like mind body pockets. So it was just the three of us that
Mm.
came up with the name together. And then when someone said pockets at the end of that shit just stuck. So that's how it was made. You know what I mean?
Okay, okay, okay. I feel that. That's dope. That's dope. So as you mentioned, I am rocking one of your hats. You know, I got a couple of these actually. I got a few colorways. I need to get some more. You know, I feel like I need to have no Diddy. I need to have a whole rainbow in the stash.
No Diddy.
No rainbow. I mean, no Diddy, but I need a rainbow variety. You know, I need different colors. Um, word. But nah. I love the brand, man. Like it looks simple. It looks like it's just a patch on a Scully, but like it's embroidered. I don't know if anyone can tell, but like this is stitched in, you know, and it's like a lot of us don't take time to make quality merch. You know, a lot of us just buy like a Scully and then slap like a little plastic heat tech on it, like you know, and it's just
Thank
like
you, bro.
that ain't it.
Yo, Grief, thanks so much for always rocking that shit, bro. You be looking fly in that shit. Pause, no Diddy. Yeah,
Yo,
nah.
it fits me, bro. It fits me, like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I rock this shit every day if I have to, you know. Like I like the way it fits, you know. So like not just snug because this shit is warm as hell too, but it fits like it matches my style. You know what I'm saying? I could rock it with anything. Like, don't be surprised if you see me in the summertime rocking this Scully, man. Like,
Nah,
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 that's
yeah, nah.
wild. That's
Shit gonna
wild.
go
That's wild.
crazy.
That's
Shit
why
gonna go crazy.
that's wild. But I'm just saying, I fucks with it that much. You know what I'm saying? That I wouldn't mind. You know, it's actually that dope of a product. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if anyone that buys quality merch, they can agree with what I'm saying.
Yeah, 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 yeah. What we gotta buy the quality shit. Sometimes you buy a shirt and then all of a sudden, the logo falls off, in the wash, and like,
Facts,
I've had it
facts,
happen. I bought someone's merch at some shit, and their logo falls off when it's in the dryer. Like, what am I supposed to do now? Type shit. Yeah,
word, word. I know how that goes. So,
yeah,
uh,
man.
damn, I don't know an appropriate way to ask this question, but at what
That's all right.
age,
Go ahead.
or let's just say around what time in life, like where were you at in life when you decided to create this brand? Like, what was life going good for you? Was you going through like hard
Oh,
times, or was it kind of like you just felt creative, or?
I think we started working on the brand. I think in 2010. We started working on the
Ooh,
brand
okay,
2010. I think we came up with a brand name 2010, but we didn't get it turned into a business until uh um I would say 2000 2020 2021. I think
okay,
2021. So it's been running 3 years. You know what I mean? So far right now, as far as on papers, you know what I mean.
that's fire.
But like the first project dropped a little before that, before we even turned into a company. But we was
Nah,
doing.
that's tough.
I think it's been a while. It's been a
That's
while.
really dope. So
Yeah, man.
that basically means that you've been going for 14 years.
Type shit. The numbers. The,
Um,
the, the numbers. I may be fucked up with the numbers, but I'm shooting. I'm reaching right now, but I'm not trying to lie. You know what I mean?
so what? Were you looking at like more so 10 years or 15 years or more than
I'm
that?
not. I'm not really. I think it's something. I don't know. I think it's like maybe 2000. I think it's. I want to say 2010, but I'm like as I'm talking to you, I'm thinking 2013. I don't really know because it was something that was in like something was in production that we was just talking with our homies. It was before we had. It was before I had an iPhone. You know what I mean? It was like it was before I had an iPhone. It was when I had like a Razor. You know what I mean? Like it was like some. It was a while ago.
Well, let's just say you've been doing this for a decade. Um, First
Okay.
off, I just want to say kudos to you on that because like 10 years is crazy. Like that's what 10 whole years.
Yeah.
Um, and so the question I wanted to ask is that, because I have my own little business going on or whatever. And I must ask, like what is it like, like battling those thoughts, like when you feel like things ain't going your way, when you feel like you're not getting enough customers or even just attention. It's like not even if you don't get any sales, like you just don't get enough traction in your direction. What's it like battling those thoughts, like to where you're just saying like, you know what? I need to quit. Like I need to just give this shit up. Like
No, no. I think that the understanding of it for me coming a long time ago that this is going to be a lifelong thing. Like this is not something that I'm going to shoot for a couple of decades or something like that. It's going to be something that goes with me. So it was like I always came with the understanding that it's like, okay, it's going to die with me. If I fizzle out, it's going to fizzle out with me type shit. It was never a thing where I'm going to put this kind of money into it and then it's not going to work. And that also comes with um uh, broken relationships, broken friendships, because some people don't have the time for that. They're like, it's not working now.
right.
What are you doing? And that's the sacrifice. It comes with a lot of sacrifice, a lot of practice, a lot of maintenance, you know,
I
and a
feel
lot of
that.
passion for what. At the end of the day, you feel like a part of something because you know you're doing what you want to do. You know,
I like that.
it
That's a
gives
dope
you
breakdown.
it gives you confidence because you're building on something that you want to do, not on something that someone's telling you to do.
Right.
You know.
And that's that. I think that's the beautiful part about it. Um, honestly. But I mean, I understand because like me again. Now that I'm into this, I understand. Like this ain't for everybody. This really ain't for everybody. Like you really gotta have thick skin. You gotta have a cold heart, and it's not like to be like evil in business, but it's just like to know that you know either it's gonna be a slow day for you, or there's always gonna be that one customer trying to get a discount off of you, or there's somebody that's not gonna value your work enough. Like there's always gonna be something that make you be like, you know what? Did I even need to start this? Like, where do I go now?
Yeah, it's a
That kind of
mental.
thing.
It's definitely playing chess. It's like, your biggest enemy is yourself because there's when you have a bad day, when you're hungover, when you're sick, you have all these things where it's just like I could have invested in health insurance, I could have done this, I could have done that, and then you start to doubt certain shit, and then you let the demons in. With that have health insurance, that are investing in things that you're not investing in, and those words when you're at a place of lowness, it has more vibrancy. So you have to chill and you have to just not talk to anybody and you have to seclude yourself and be with your own thoughts and know what you're doing. And this shit needs to be written on paper. This shit needs to be written on the calendar. This shit needs to be tattooed on you type shit. You know what I mean? This shit needs to be a part of you, and you need to know what you're doing and not let anybody else in sometimes. And those people will start to gather themselves together. You already know how it is. You already know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking
for
about. You
sure.
already see what it is. People start to understand the like-minded people that have strong personalities and strong minds.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
facts. So, do you find it is it easy or difficult for you to blend the two lifestyles together? Like I've seen you at times where you're a vendor at an event, and then I've seen you times where you're performing at an event. And like, has there ever been a time where you had to do both, or like, is there a time where you just felt like uh, creating merch was getting in the way of creating music, and vice versa?
No, there's definitely the two definitely get in the way, and I feel like the balancing act of that is important because sometimes you want to grab everything that you can. No Diddy, you want to grab everything that you can to make sure that you can make the best out of your time. But sometimes taking it slow is the best way that you can do things. No Diddy, like, you know what I mean. You gotta make sure that you're providing the most attention that you can to one thing at a time so it makes more sense and it provides the right amount of
Right.
value to everybody else that doesn't know you. So if you're performing that day, you have to put your all into it. If you're vending that day, you have to be a salesman and you have to wear all these hats. And sometimes I've vended at an event and then I performed that same night and it was a mess. Someone else had to grab the table. Money was lost or like a whole bunch of shit was going on. With that being said, the experience of trying to do the both of the things, it makes me realize that you can only do one thing at a time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not the multitasker.
gotta get you gotta get the team together. That's where the team comes in. The team is so important. They do it
That's a fact.
for everybody wanting to do what they got to do. Because it's not. I am not the multitasker. We're just human. We just can't do everything at once. Our mind goes here. You know what I mean? There's a bad chick here. There's a
That's
nice
true.
person here. There's a signed artist here, and you're doing the table, and you got to jump on stage. Your energy is exhausted. You know.
Right. Nah, I agree with you 100%, man. So I feel like, having a team is super important.
Yeah.
Um, my only thing with a team though is that nobody wants to play the role. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to find a role. Everyone is like, it's just like I want to be the star player. And I'm not cool with that.
No,
Like
but that
I
comes
really
no, but
prefer.
you're no, but that is the process of building a team. You're gonna have those teammates that are six men and that get drafted, and that's fine. That's all part of building a team. You have to go through those parts where those people don't fit the script. That's all it is. It's just the process. But you continue doing what you're doing. You continue looking for the team. You continue trying to find the like-minded people that helps you grow and elevate. It's just part of it. That's just how it goes.
You're right.
You know how many times I had a broken heart over how many rap groups I've been in, and they hurt my feelings. You know what I mean? Dissing me or joining something else.
Yep.
That's just how it
Understood.
is. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. But the thing, because it's like I see too many stories where it's like, people would be so quick to like abandon, like, they'll jump ship quick. And then when they see that the ship is actually sailing through the rough waves, they're like, oh, let me come back and jump on board. And it's like, man, like, I don't need you. Word. So, word, so I'm very, meticulous when it comes to like, I guess, picking people. Sometimes I still end up picking the wrong person even after doing all that damn reassessing and shit. But it is what it is. I guess the more careful you are towards it, you can you can you can really, I guess, move how you want to move and dictate things that you want to dictate. And also, I feel like the more okay, it maybe bias on this, but I feel like sometimes when you show people exactly what you want, then it makes it easier for them to like really, not get you messed up, like to not get it twisted, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but sometimes I feel like you just gotta let people fly so you can see where they would fly to, because they're gonna do that any way that it goes, and that helps out. You know what I mean? That helps you out navigating, understanding what people are doing, because you just gotta just like, okay, I fuck with you, and then when you go inside of a room, there's different equations. There could be someone who comes inside of a room, and then when there's different elements, drinks come inside a room and the element is invented, and people start to act totally different. When weed is inside of a room and everyone's smoking weed, that element changes everything. When women come inside of the room, that element changes different, and you start to see people for who they really are. That's why sometimes before you join the team, you got to see the way these people fly, type shit. You know what I'm saying? And it is hurtful. It's painful to watch. People letting you go, and people, what I mean, jumping off the ship and doing all that. But that's just part of the process, type shit.
Nah, I feel that. I feel that 100%. Um, so I kind of wanted to talk about the music that you've been putting out. I actually like your music. I'm gonna just say that. So my only issue with you though is that you haven't released that much music. So I'm gonna have to pull up on you and shake you and make that loose change fall out. Word, man, you holding back on the music, bro.
It's not me. You got to talk to my engineer. He's bugging. We just finished. No. Shout out to my engineer. Shout out to Z 1.0. It's not him. He's that's my man's.
Well,
But
I
shit's
go ahead.
being mixed and
Sorry.
mastered right now as we speak. You know what I mean? I was supposed to go to a studio session now, and the engineer's over there working on it right now. So it's working on, but until it's done, I can't provide anybody with a date. But we're gonna have a date at the end of this month.
I feel that. I feel that. How long have you been doing music?
I wrote my first rap song when I was 5.
For real?
Yeah, man, dead ass.
But like, when did you actually know that you were gonna do this? Like, is it something you really, really wanted to do?
I I was writing a lot of music when I was like around 16, like constantly always writing. But when I was around 16, I started having dreams
Okay.
of like writing on paper, and I knew there was rhymes. I was writing on paper, and then I would slide. I was locked up, and I would slide them through a door, underneath the
Mm.
door, and then the door would open up, like dead ass. That was a
Mm.
dream, and the paper would turn like gold or like platinum, like it would shine, and I would throw it through the door. And around that time, I thought that dream. I never forgot the dream. I know it had a lot of meaning to it, but like I said, I'm not trying to be famous. I'm just gonna try to utilize it as what it is. You know what I mean?
Understood.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah,
Been rapping for
I
a
feel
minute
that. I
though.
feel that.
Yeah,
I feel that.
rapping for a minute.
So, well, you got one album and you got one single up there that I've saw. So I'm gonna start with 2020 update. What made you compelled to like create that single? Like, I mean, because
I
you
would
got to think about it.
say,
2020 was a really really weird time for a lot of us.
yeah.
So walk me through that one.
I would say, Tory Lanez. A lot of people was making songs about 2020 and how specific that year was and how weird that year was. And
Okay.
Tory Lanez song, he sang about the 2020, and then after that, I felt fixated to write something about that.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
But it really was an update. Like it was, it was really like, yo, look, this was going on this year. Like, word. But you got the project, Mind Body Pockets up there,
Yeah.
and I was spinning a lot of those tracks off of there.
Thank you.
Um, yeah. But I got to tell you, one of my favorite tracks off of that album, and it's inspired me to, I guess, like make a little change to my life. It's called Juice.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
that's my favorite. That's my favorite track. So I'm
that's
not gonna hold you.
crazy.
I'm
I
not gonna hold
appreciate
you.
that. I appreciate that. That's crazy.
What's the other one you got? Rose and Grits.
We got Rose and then Maggots and Grits.
Right, Maggots and Grits.
Rose and Maggots and Grits. Rose was actually supposed to be Rose, but we couldn't spell it right, so it ended up turning into Rose. And
Got
then there was
you, got you, got you.
and then there was Maggots and Grits. Yeah, yeah,
I feel that somebody didn't stay in school.
yeah. You know how it is when you're in the bottom of this class.
Nah, but nah. So yeah, that album. If I could describe it, it's it's what one would call conscious music because you're not like degrading society. Like you're not calling women the B word. You're not calling dudes the N word throughout the whole album. Like there's none of that going on. Like you're literally just speaking your life and shit that you learn. Like this is stuff that I would rather share with you rather than keep to myself. These are things that I'm feeling that I feel like maybe you felt too. That kind of thing. Like you was really just like opening your book and saying, "Here, read a couple pages." Yeah, so I was feeling that, man. I really spent some time with that album, man. I really
the
liked it.
first the first album, I told myself, so I went through a thing because I used to do a whole bunch of battle rap. So I went through a thing where I didn't want to rap crazy anymore. So I took 2 years off to rap conscious, but it took me a long time to develop a sound that sounded good without it being preachy or sounding corny.
Okay.
So I took 2 years off, and then I made the first album was supposed to be made for placements only, not to perform, nothing else, but it was made for placements. I was like, okay, I'm gonna sell this song to this place. I'm gonna sell this song. I had ideas of where I wanted to sell it, but it didn't go that well. And then I started to perform these songs that were made for placements in front of people that really perform, and that's why Mind
Right.
Body Pockets 2 has developed the way it has.
Right.
Because now I'm ready to
Right.
go crazy.
Nah, that's really sick. That's sick,
Yeah.
actually. Um, I'm not gonna lie. So, what came first? Was it you learning how to write music? Did you just start freestyling, or was it like somebody
Yeah,
was
nah,
teaching
because we was
you?
young. We was freestyling on the block. We was freestyling on the block with a boombox. Me and my cousin, shout out to Hart, rest in peace, Mindless. Joey, we would be on the corner with a boombox and a cassette tape, and we'd be freestyling all day. We'd be battling each other, family shit.
Nice.
Like my cousin and my brother, ever since we was young, like 13 years old. You know.
So you said boombox, man. You kind of gave away your age,
Yo,
man.
chill though. No,
So
no, no, no,
what
no, no, no,
at the
no,
time
no.
that at
Yeah.
the time that you were getting into music? Wait, I ain't gonna do nothing crazy. I promise. You just said boombox, so it caught me off guard. But I know a lot of people watching this like boombox. What's that? It's
What's
your Bluetooth
that?
speaker, sir. Just no batteries this year, you know. But uh, who or what was your inspiration around that time? Because if
Redman.
I'm sticking to the whole boombox situation, I feel like that was a very artistic era. You know, there was a lot of stuff going on artistically that we could have easily, drew inspiration from.
I think Redman till this day is one of my favorite MCs.
Oh,
Redman.
nice.
I like Redman. I like Cannabis. I like DMX a lot. I like my first album that I ever got was Notorious. Ready to Die, No Diddy. Um, uh, I like Bone Thugs. I liked I like Meth. I like the Wu-Tang Clan. I liked a lot of shit like that.
Okay. That's dope. Those are all good names, by the way. And it's crazy that Redman is still active to this day. Word. He's still active to this day, man. Still making music, and it's still
Yeah.
quality music. It's not
Redman,
even like
Redman,
he's
Redman.
like he just got old and just decided to throw Cat and Matt together. Like he really knows how to rap still. Like,
Nah, Redman was crazy, bro. If you go back, like, I wish I could say some of the shit he used to say, but the timing that he had, the poise, the wordplay he said,
right.
he was like the first Eminem. Like he was the first MC that I seen with so much character and so much style, bro. And he was like he was I don't want to say he's goofy because I don't want to take nothing away from him, but he was so funny. You know what I mean? And I like to provide all those elements when I'm writing something that I'm writing too. You know?
I feel that. Yeah, my bad. It's starting to get a little bit loud over here right now.
Nah, I feel you. It's getting loud over here too.
Um, I was gonna ask you another question. Oh, so talk about this new project. Like, if you can answer just two questions. One, what is the direction that this album is going in? Is it like a more forward direction than the last project, or is it like kind of like you just wanted to go a different route? And the
No,
second
it's
question
basically
is,
nah. It's to make a classic, self celebration. People understanding themselves, something that someone can look back to later on when they're older and not regret what they were listening to. You know what I mean? So many
okay,
times I listen to some of the shit that I listened to when I was a kid, and I can't rap that shit in front of people without them feeling uncomfortable. You know,
I
and
feel that.
I start rapping some shit right now, and people will just start like moving away from me. You know what I mean? We grew up in a different kind of
Right.
environment, but I don't. I want something that can bring people together when they sing or they rap this shit. You know what I mean?
I feel that. Feel that. Um, so the second question is, so if you can, without giving away any snippets and without revealing too much about the album, if you can choose one song to talk about, tell me about it. Like something that gives me an idea of the album, but without giving away too much. So, matter of fact, how about this?
Um,
What's your favorite song on the album that you can talk about?
Damn, I like the whole project so much that there's not one that comes to my mind, and
I
it
feel
gets
that.
personal. I don't know, man. I really can't just choose one. Um, I can't say. I can't say what to say.
I understand the feeling. I understand. I totally understand the feeling.
Yeah, I can't really say right now. Yeah, yeah.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you though, man. We might have to close this a little early because it is starting to get like really loud, and it's like
Nah, nah,
it seems like they're getting louder and louder over here.
nah. Type shit. Same shit here. Let's close it up. Let's link in person. Get some pictures.
Um,
Where you at? Maybe I'll try to link with you tonight. We'll get some flicks in.
I'm in the hood,
All right,
man.
so
I'm in,
hold
what is
up.
this? I'm in Bushwick.
Let's get off this, and I'll see where you at. We'll take some pictures. Give them. Let
Heard
us know
you.
what we doing.
I heard you.
All right, bet.
Yo, appreciate you for coming through, man. Thank you a lot. I wish this actually could have happened under better circumstances, but you know, it is what it is. We make it work.
It's
I
all
hope the
good.
people that tuned in enjoyed it, and you know, there's gonna be people that's watching after this when I post it. So,
There you go.
um,
Thank you so much for having me, bro. I really appreciate everything that you're doing. I appreciate your talent. I appreciate your energy. I appreciate your spirit. I appreciate having you as a friend, bro.
likewise, bro. I really appreciate you 100%, man. More than you know.
Don't say that, man. No Diddy.
No Diddy, man. No Diddy.
All right,
All right, bro.
I'm gonna hit you up as soon as I hang up.
No doubt.
All right, peace, bro.
All right, guys. So that's the end of this episode of Going Live with the MC. Normally, I'm indoors. I'm home whenever I'm doing this. I don't normally do this outdoors because, as you can see, you know, people come outside, and you know, who am I to say that they can't live their life because I'm doing something in my life, you know? So, next week we got some very, very, very dope guests, which I will be announcing soon. So everybody, stay tuned. This has been Going Live with the MC featuring Jay Dow. The video will be posted live on my page, so you can all feel free to tap in if you feel like you missed something. Appreciate y'all. Also, don't forget, March 28th, the Box Factory, the Unexpected Volume 3 album release concert. Link is in my bio. Get y'all tickets in advance because I am not selling them at the door. All right? Be there or be square. That means you won't be around. You heard? Peace.